Geology on Mars, Lesson 3.4, Writing an Argument about the Channel on Mars. Activity 3, Discussing the Implications of Findings. Here is what your student screen looks like for this part of the lesson. Good work investigating what geologic process formed the channel on Mars. We'll watch another video with Dr. Edgar, the planetary geologist. Pay attention to similarities you notice between Dr. Edgar's work and the work you did in this unit. Students, play the video. What ideas do you have about the video? How did Dr. Edgar and her team construct arguments? You might respond, students may point out that scientists came up with several possible claims to answer a question and gathered evidence to see which claim was most likely. You might have pointed out that Dr. Edgar uses reasoning to connect evidence that you found. You might respond that scientists come up with several possible claims to answer a question and gather evidence to see which claim was most likely. You might point out that Dr. Edgar uses reasoning to connect the evidence they found, rounded, dented grains in the rock, to the claim that the rocks were formed by water. Learning more about Mars leads Dr. Edgar's team to new scientific questions. This is common in science. New findings often lead to new questions. Unit question. How can we search for evidence that other planets were once habitable? Through investigating what formed the channel on Mars, we were searching for evidence of past habitability. Liquid water is one of the key components for habitability on Earth. Let's reflect on the work we did in each chapter. What did we do in Chapter 1 that is like what scientists do in the real world? What about Chapter 2? Chapter 3? Reflect on your work in each chapter. In Chapter 1, we used information about Earth to learn about Mars. Scientists make comparisons between Earth and other rocky planets to learn more about which planets might have been habitable in the past. In Chapter 2, we use models to get evidence. Scientists use models to test their ideas and get evidence about processes that are difficult to observe. In Chapter 3, we evaluated evidence and constructed arguments about what formed the channel on Mars. Considering evidence and engaging in argumentation helps scientists decide on the most convincing answers to scientific questions. If liquid water did form this channel on Mars, what does that mean about past habitability of Mars? You might respond, if there was once liquid water on Mars, that means it could have been habitable, since we know Mars has an energy source, the sun. You've been learning how to think like scientists, but science is used by many people, not just scientists. Science is a way of thinking and learning about the world. Scientists do science in their work, but all people can do science in their everyday lives. You can use science to figure out how long to bake a cake or decide which color curtains will keep your room the coolest. Now you can think about how you can use science in your life. End of activity. Be sure to complete all your work in Amplify for this activity before moving on.